Today we are going to review Hong Kong Airlines and VIETJET. So first off, we are going to try Hong Kong Airlines A320 and A330, and we are A321 and A330. We are going to from Incheon International Airport to Hong Kong and Hong Kong to Bali. The returning flight, we are going to go from Bali to Vietnam, and then from Vietnam, you're going to go back to Incheon International Airport. Both of these flights are going to be in A320s, and since Hong Kong Airline is a normal airline and VietJet isn't, we are going to test these airlines right here. Check it out. So we are going to have some dimensions, I guess, for checking this video. It's like the third time I try to film these on 6 different types of airlines. Now we are going to launch it. And first is seat pitch, customer service, landing, not really impacted but still important, and plane oldness. So how clean it is, how new it is, and that. And for some instance, we are going to go into the exact same route except for when we are landing, and we are going to be in the 2 different aircraft, and in the A320 we are going to be in the exact same plane type. So let's get it. And let's wish our flight doesn't get canceled by VietJet, as we got some notifications of both flights of Hong Kong Airline and VietJet saying that our flight was changed. No big impact, thankfully, but let's hope our flight doesn't get canceled due to some engine maintenance, and let's hope our best. See you in the plane.
But Hong Kong Airlines has a 3.5 stars out of all 1,843 reviews. I'm not going to go all through of them, but the important thing is that legroom is 3.5, seat comfort is 3.5, in-flight entertainment is free, onboard experience is free, customer service is 3.5. Now, also, cleanliness is needed, so let's just read that, 3.5, and check-in and boarding is 3.5. Food isn't that good, but anyway. Also, did you know that Hong Kong Airlines is actually has about 20 Airbus A320-200s, Airbus A330-200s, and Airbus A330-300s, and with a 2-cabin layout, business and economy class configuration. Airline also has codeshare agreements with 9 other airlines, including Air India, Etihad Airways, and Shanghai Airlines. These are the seats without the in-flight entertainment. I actually have a few pictures that have it. So in filters, let's see the 5 stars, because in one hand, people say that they are great, in the other hand, people say that they are terrible. Apply, and let's see. For instance, filter working. Apply. Okay, it said our experience was pleasant, but this is business class, so let's skip. We had a fantastic experience flying business. Okay, business class, business class, business class. Okay, this is what is a business class. It's a free flights all ahead of schedule. Male ground staff at section ZK biz class. Okay, let's get out of here. So there's a lot of biz flight. It says a memorable flight, very reasonable and good service, and kind service. Flying with comfort. It says like that. However, in the other hand, you can see that apply. Can you believe 2 luggages was charged $650? I don't need to see your story. I know what you're talking about. Of course you were charged $650 because you were paid at the bait. You should have told the crew about it and buy a checked bag. They say worst flight experience. Horrible food, soulless people, worst experience. Never use Hong Kong Airlines. It's like Spirit Airlines of Asia. Okay, so someone said it's like Spirit Airlines of Asia. So who? So I guess this person took Spirit Airlines. Personally, I think Spirit Airlines is quite bad. Worst airlines ever. Charged luggage charge policy earlier. Do not notice the check-in luggage charge policy earlier and was charged for almost $800. Well, you did not notice the checking luggage. It's your fault. Worst travel experience ever with Hong Kong Airlines. Okay, so Hong Kong Airlines trash, and a lot of trash emoticon. Okay, so on the other hand, there are a lot of bad reviews. So there are also a lot of mixed reviews, but I want to show you the photos of this airline, just in case you've never flown them before, or if you're just curious. So these are the seats with the no, how do I say, no in-flight entertainment. They're quite plain, and they also look kind of thick, which I'm really grateful for, but they are terrible to look, and they don't look that new. They look very old. I don't like the interior of it though. Yeah, and let's see with the in-flight entertainment. Let's go back. Where would be? Okay, so the plane design isn't that great, but I mean, okay, so there are a lot of business class passengers complaining about the seat problems. I mean, you can see all of the wear and tear on the seats, even these, how do you say it, these rips. Okay, so here it is. So this is the seat with the in-flight entertainment in economy, and as you can see, it's quite basic, but I do really want this. These are the seats with in-flight entertainment, and as you can see there in their A330s, you can see it's a 242 configuration, the normal configuration, and they also have the button to recline. You can see also there you look way comfier, even though they're way thinner. They also have the adjustable headrest, which I'm really looking forward to, so I hope I get this configuration rather than that. But I saw some reviews going to with Bali, airlines, Bali, and they got this aircraft. And in the other hand, people say that they got with no in-flight entertainment. So I hope, let's fingers crossed, that we are going to get this one. And the plane is probably like that. Yeah, in here. These are the seats with the in-flight entertainment, and look at the plane food. This is the business, probably. That's the definitely economy food. Yeah, and there, we got it. And now, let's head over to VIETJET. Okay, so now we are going to check in VIETJET. Up till this point, let's see what VIETJET has of us for. Let me translate this in English. Oh, this is check-in. I need my booking. Oh, okay. So this is definitely very confusing. This this homepage is very confusing, but at least there is an AI assistant. Okay. How do I get this thing out of here? Okay, we need to go back to my booking. This is very confusing. So we just need to put our reservation code, family name, and first name and last name. Let's do that. On the other side, we have VIETJET having 2 stars out of TripAdvisor. Let's see, legroom is 2.5, seat comfort 2.5, onboard experience 2.5, customer service 2.5, value for money 2.5, cleanliness free, check-in and boarding is 2.5, food and beverage is 2. Okay, let's see. Okay, right at the back you can see the tight legroom. So the seats about VIETJET is that they have a problem. I will just tell you. What is this? This is baggage. Okay, let's see. They say they operate in China, Cambodia, Myanmar, South Korea, Singapore, South Korea, and Taiwan. Where the 2 South Koreas. This is a complete weird error. There is a 24 Airbus A320 200s and Airbus A321 200 planes. Now, there is one thing really concerning about them is that the reviews have 2 stars and the have the most terrible categories all combined together. So, If the wordings do not fly VIETJET, do not recommend to fly. The very poor VIETJET flight, worst experience, the worst not even flight even so far. Okay, as you can see, it's just different. But let's go to filters to this one. Apply. Great service, thanks, Noah. Excellent customer service, friendly, youthful, and energy, outstanding assistance, flight attendant, on time, and good service. So there are not a lot of mentions of the seats, so let me just show you a little bit. Okay, so these are the actual seats for their configuration, and as you can see, the seats look quite comfy in first glance. However, these are the hot seats, and in real reality, it's not that good. And this is the oldest cabin layout displayed by VIETJET. This is not loading. This is the most oldest cabin layout displayed by VIETJET. This is the business class layout displayed by VIETJET. This is the A330 aircraft by VIETJET. And this is the newer Skyboss seats displayed by VIETJET. And these are the normal, newer seats displayed by VIETJET. And if you see them at this side, you can see that the backs are dented. And why is this a problem? Because this makes your seat back closer, even though the legroom might be the same with any other airline. This means that they can pack way more seats in, but that's not the problem, because even if your legroom was the same, this is 28 inches to 29 inches. That's very tight. And also, because the seat back is shaped in this way, this will feel like this is less than 27 inches, feeling claustrophobic. Even in Korean reviews, I saw that a lot of people saying that these seats are really terrible. And also, as you can see, a lot of your seats is the exact same. Yeah. So this is the problem about VIETJET. Hopefully VIETJET Airlines wouldn't throw me out of the plane just because this. Oh, okay. I also saw that there is this VIETJET layout. I'm pretty sure this isn't VIETJET though. So just be reminded that this might be it. And as you can see, the seat map of VIETJET, which is this one, is actually from VIETJET. So I'm actually choosing this one. And as you can see right now, the differences between the VIETJET, this and that, is different. And as you can see, this is the hot seat up there. Yeah, this is the hot seat, and this is the extra legroom seat, and this is the other seat. I need to buy it. That's a note. And this is the seat. The hot seat is looked at red. I'm pretty sure this is the business class seats, but they don't have it though. Normal seat, economy, and this is the emergency extra row seats, which if you want, then you'd be paying about 9,000 Vietnam dollars. So that's a hefty price. If you want the front seat, then that's 4,000, and normal seat is 3,000. And I don't really want to pay for the emergency. I would really wouldn't want to pay for a seat selection for a normal seat. That's terrible. They are making us pay. That's a terrible thing. And as you can see, this is the VIETJET map A330. This is the business class seats, and that's the hot seats. And as you saw, the seats are quite expensive to pay, so we didn't actually put it. But I'm actually willing to tell the crews that we are a family and we're a group. So if they put them on the different seats, then I'm going to say, can you change seats? Of course, for no additional costs. I'm still expecting the full class experience from VIETJET. So, VIETJET Air, by them, they have 4 versions: A320-200, A321-200, Airbus A321neo, and the Airbus A330-300. So that's all for that, and we hope we have a good time on VIETJET Air. Maybe we aren't going to have the most pleasant, but that's going to do for now. Thanks, and bye. This is the Hong Kong Airlines check-in site. Looks just way better. We have our tickets, airpass, flight. So, how do we check in? Oh, okay. This one is way better than VIETJET. Thailand, Laos, Indonesia, Bali, DPS, so where we are going. Let's just say one child, class economy, search. Looks like this is gonna take a long time. Oh, look at the cool animation. I like this. But it's taking a while for it to load. This is slow. Why aren't you working? Okay, it finally worked. Hong Kong, $3,761 up. That's the lowest fare. Okay, got it. There's only one departure flight. Okay. And we need to wait. We're just going to use main. Why doesn't this get selected on main? There. Confirm. On main. Return flight. Huh? I think this is a weird thing. Why? Why do I need to do verification process? I think this is a hacking attack. I actually gone on this site. It's with Fly Hong Kong Airlines. I don't know why. Let's see, go again. Indonesia, Bali, economy, and search. Huh. Maybe let's go to another homepage. Oh, forget it. There's no other homepage. Weird. Is this... Okay. It started to go a little bit differently. This is a bit different. Maybe that is a fake one. We're going to go from Hong Kong to Indonesia, Bali. Let's go to just Seoul Incheon. Let's search. Again? What is this? We're gonna go main. Also, the return flight for me. We got it. Confirm. Okay, so this is way better than navigation is way better than VIETJET. I feel this is way better, and this is also way easier to navigate inside. Let's choose first name and middle name. We don't need a frequent flyer program. Oops. There. Oh, error code. Man. Why is always we need to do it from these? There's so much things we need to do. Maybe you can just do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next, let's go. And there's this animation telling us that this is going to take a long time. Okay. Huh. Oh my gosh. We got an extra legroom seat for Hong Kong Airlines in first time. Is that right? What about flight 2? Oh my gosh, we can actually choose the seat? Okay. And okay. That's great. But almost all of the seats are sold out. Oh, you can. Okay. Great. This is towards the front of the plane. Preferred seat, extra legroom seat. Ah, okay. The emergency exit rows. And available and selected. So there's no selected seats. This flight is empty. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This flight is almost empty. This flight is literally almost empty. But I do need to pay if I want to select the seat. Even just a normal seat would send me back about 80 to 50 Hong Kong dollars, and that isn't good. And this is, I guess, this is the front part, and this is the back part. So I don't know what plane we are in, but I'm pretty sure. I'm not going to pick the seat just because we need to pay. Why wait for check-in? Reserve a seat now to seat your companions. No thanks. So this also puts a nudge to stop me from so it looks like I cannot proceed without actually purchasing a seat. Okay, this is outrageous. But it's not that expensive though. We're just going to put one piece, or we cannot. Okay, we're going to put one checked baggage for here and another for the returning. We don't need that. Travel insurance. $100. Okay, let's just put it. Economy, booking class, Q and N. Right, 628, 629. Okay. And we got it for 4,587 Hong Kong dollars. Okay, I have a feeling that is all. Yeah. Payment. We're not going to pay this since this was how we saw how to check in. Oh, sorry. An add-on. Sorry. I guess I pushed on fake button. Agree next. And the last payment. So baggage allowance, one piece of checked bag is 23 kilograms. I feel this is way better. This was way less stressful, and I also needed to write less than VIETJET, so I give this 5 stars. Go a little bit differently. This is a bit different. Maybe that is a fake one. You're going to go from Hong Kong to Indonesia, Bali. Should go to just so into. Let's search. Again? What is this? We're gonna go main. Also the return flight for me. We got it. Confirm. Okay, so this is way better than navigation is way better than VIETJET. I feel this is way better, and this is also way easier to navigate inside. There. Oh. Error code. Man. Why is always we need to do it from these? There's so much things we need to do. Maybe you can just do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next, let's go. And there's this animation telling us that this is gonna take a long time. Okay. Oh my gosh. We got an extra legroom seat for Hong Kong Airlines in first time. Is that right? What about flight 2? Oh my gosh, we can actually choose the seats? Okay. And okay. That's great. But almost all of the seats are sold out. Oh, you can. Okay. Great. This is towards the front of the plane. Preferred seat, extra legroom seat. Ah, okay. The emergency exit rows. Unavailable and selected. So there's no selected seats. This flight is empty. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This flight is almost empty. This flight is literally almost empty. But I do need to pay if I want to select the seat. Even just the normal seat would send me back about 80 to 50 Hong Kong dollars. And that isn't good. And this is, I guess this is the front part and this is the back part. So I don't know what plane we are in, but I'm pretty sure. I'm not going to pick the seat just because we need to pay. Why wait for check-in? Reserve a seat now to seat your companions. No thanks. So this also puts a nudge to stop me from so it looks like I cannot proceed without actually purchasing a seat. Okay, this is outrageous, but it's not that expensive though. We're just going to put one piece, or we cannot. Okay, we're going to put one checked baggage for here and another for the returning. We don't need that. Travel insurance. $100. Okay, let's just put it. Economy. Booking class. Q and N. Right, 628, 629. Okay. And we got it for 4,587 Hong Kong dollars. Okay, I have a feeling that is all. Yeah. Payment. We're not going to pay this since this was how we saw how to check in. Oh, sorry. An add-on. Sorry. I guess I pushed on fake button. Agree next. And the last payment. So baggage allowance. One piece of checked bag is 23 kilograms. I feel this is way better. This was way less stressful, and I also needed to write less than VIETJET, so I give this 5 stars.
Now we are going to measure it. Let's measure it. So this is our personal item bag, and so we are going to measure this. So the height of this bag is, with also putting the handle, is about 54 centimeters. The length, I'm pretty sure it's the length of the bag is 37 centimeters with all of these amenities here, and the thickness of this suitcase is about 26 centimeters. So I'm pretty sure we are great in dimensions. Wait, 26 centimeters? I'm pretty sure we are in dimensions, so let's go to the Hong Kong homepage to find out. This is our third bag. Now, I don't think the regulations might be in trouble with this, but let's just see. In case, let's measure it again. So the length of this is 34 centimeters. This is slightly smaller, so I'm hoping more hopes for this one. The height of it is 55 centimeters, and the thickness, let's see how much this is thick, including the booster, it's 28. So this doesn't overshoot it in any way except for the thickness. I'm pretty sure we could let it slide, but I'm not sure if they would let this thing slide, this pack.
I'm pretty sure this just accounts for 7 centimeters, and I'm pretty sure the people would notice at the gate, but I'm hoping they would let us slide with this one as well. Oh my gosh, we are literally overshooting everything. And the third suitcase is going to be smaller than this second suitcase, so I'm pretty sure we are going to pay. Great. 3 stars to decline to 2 stars. This is the dimension for the cabin baggage of Hong Kong Airlines. We have 1 carry-on bag and 1 personal item, and the weight should be like this. And since we're in economy, we are going to have 1 small item, 7 kilograms, and the size should be 22 by 14 by 9 inches. And in our case, it would be 56, 36, 27, 23. And the small item size, cabin baggage, so 1 piece total allowance. This is our thing, and ours is barely under it, but there is a bit of a problem here because our is overshooting the measurements by about a few centimeters. The most is 3, the less is 2, so looks like we're in a bit of trouble. I am hoping that Hong Kong Airlines wouldn't be strict and they would let us go. We are going to bypass the rule right now, which isn't good since they could charge us. That's bad. And considering that this could be worse, isn't that bad, but it's still very bad. Now, the carry-on bag is here. It should be 40 centimeters. Now, finally, we aren't overshooting. So ours is just 40 centimeters, and the size of this backpack is also very tight and just 29 centimeters. The thickness of this bag, this says 15 centimeters. Ours looks like, including the front pouch, it's about 21 centimeters, which might be a problem, but I'm hoping I could squeeze this additional thing inside of the back sizer. Also, if we delete that part, then it would be 15 centimeters. So our bag, my Easter pack bag, is just in the dimensions, and my Easter pack bag is small, and I mean small. This isn't that big. It could barely put in my 11-inch my S pad, which is not really big, so you might have some trouble packing in these. I'm going to give the bag regulation of Hong Kong Airlines 3 stars. Since we are almost at the airport, I think I should talk to you this. Our estimated arrival time is 12, and now is 11:54, so we are almost there. And one thing that I realized just now is that the Hong Kong Airlines boarding gate is at gate M, and the bus would put us off on gate A, which means we're at the exact other side of the airport. Great. So we are going to have to rush to that part. We're in economy, so we might have to wait another line there. So cross fingers that there isn't a line, and I am also really hoping that since ours are carry-on bags, we there would be a kiosk. Since kiosks are not not since kiosks are self-check-in, they might not check the they might only just say that is your bag oversized, and if you don't check it they might just get away with it. So I'm not hoping that they would have a kiosk there so we can not pay for the additional fees. uh, but I'm pretty sure when we go to Hong Kong there is no way out. There we are going to get checked. And also if you do that kind of thing and get caught on the gate, you get more than $200 fined. $200, which is insane. So let's hope it. Uh, let's go. We're in international airport. Our gate is in M, so we are going to go this way. Let's go. Oops, sorry. In gate M. Just go to gate M15. Okay, that was the most weirdest check-in experience I ever had. Now, first they told us that Hello everyone, welcome back. It's been a while for now. We are now, let's get a track of ourselves. We are now in Incheon International Airport. We have gone to the gate 30, the gate we are in, and we are going to board shortly. This is an Air China flight, and this is an A321. How do I know? Well, this is the secret. I can see that this is an A332 or Boeing 747, A320, Boeing 757 or A321. Since the engine is not flat and the wingtips aren't high like that one, that one is a Boeing 737, it means it's an Airbus. And since it's not a big one, for example, a Boeing 787, it's an Airbus A320 or Airbus A321. There is quite an easy way to know if it's an A320 or A321. An A320 has an overwing exit, and an A321 wouldn't have the overwing exit, and it has 4 doors at each side, like that Air Seoul thing has. This one also has 4 doors, so this is an A321. Or Neo or A321. I don't know if this is just an A321. From the looks of the engine, it maybe be a Neo, but I'm pretty sure it isn't. Anyway, the very important thing is that this is not delayed. So this airlines looks pretty good. Yeah. Oh, okay, there is even an MD-11. I'm not sure if there will be an MD-11 landing in Incheon International Airport soon. Only FedEx Airlines, from what I know, which is also not a airline that operates in people, is operating that. I don't know. Oh, okay, that's a thing to see. Look at that Korean Air Boeing 747. We have a cargo thingy going right there. And we have our first cargo pallet for Hong Kong Airlines, AKE 20866. Maybe not our cargo pallet, but as you can see, they are unloading the baggage, so we are going to board soon. As you can see, we are in great time. Our Hong Kong flight is finally on boarding. Let's board the plane. This is our Hong Kong Air flight, A321 Neo. Let's see. Oh, you can see the cabin pressure light and the emergency exit open light. You can see the handle, operating handle. And there's our first window. This is the boarding bridge. And there. This is the gust lock. Jump seat. Cockpit. Okay, so the seats looks like they have changed the regulation. So it's instead of red, they are now black. I didn't know if these would be a problem in night because I think they would be a bit dark, as I also boarded the plane which was all in black. But anyway, let's get on. Thank you. Our row is in 44J, so we have a long way to go. Long way to go. See y'all. Left. This is our seat. Looks very cramped. Let's get in. This is my seat, which is a window seat. Yeah, this thing is very cramped. I can feel this seat is very cramped. I can't even get the camera setting right. And as I said, this is an Airbus A321. This is my window, and fortunately, I have 1.1 window. This seat is very cramped, very small, and also very claustrophobic. I think this is 28 centimeters, but we have to see the seat pitch for sure. I give these seats 3 out of 10. My back isn't that padded, though it doesn't hurt. But however, this is way better than Cebu Pacific. So far, they aren't doing so bad. But this is a Korean flight, and they would be way bad. They would be way worse when it's on Hong Kong Airlines and Hong Kong. So far, it's so good. But my legroom is very restricted. I feel very claustrophobic. I don't even give the feeling that this is an open seat. This is very claustrophobic. I don't know if I can last 2 hours in these seats. This seat is made by a company called Recaro, as you can see from the seat pocket. Seat pocket and all this tray table, you can see that is made by a company called Recaro, and I actually know this company. This company's slimline seats is very famous. There is literature card, so this is actually the seats they actually saw in the Recaro homepage. So this seat feels claustrophobic. We are going to do the seat pitch test shortly after, but while we are on the ground, please pay attention. So there is a safety information card right here. There is this in the first and the back. I really like this seat pocket. This is so cute and also easy to see. However, I wish they would have a bit of a more navigating than here, because there is literally almost no lettering in here, and that makes it hard to navigate and see. This is the Hong Kong Airlines magazine. I will see you when we are in the air. This is the barf bag that has literally nothing on it. The seat pocket has literally nothing on it. Although if there was anything in the seat pocket, then I would be having my legs crunched. Thank you. Let's see the padding review. As you can see how these seats are crammed in. I don't have a lot of leg room. My hand just goes in. And if you're an adult, well, good luck, because you don't need to have one hand. I don't think these would be that great. There is this this tray table that is on the stilts, and these are very stiff, which is good, which means they're new. They are also in very good shape, and they also pull out. This is the literature pocket on top. This is the seat pocket in the bottom. There is not that much of room for the bags, since the legroom is so tight. However, my seat securely fits inside this, which means that Hong Kong Airlines is ripping us off when they say 15 centimeters. This is way more than 15 centimeters. There is this, and all doesn't go up. This this hand is locked, which is great, because this will carve into you if you want to sleep. There is this recline button, and when you push it, it does literally nothing. So this seat does not recline. I saw that in there the seats would recline a little bit of easy grease, but this doesn't recline at all. So the recline button is just a gimmick. The the handrail does go up in these seats though, and they lay also flush with the seats, which is good because they won't carve into you. You can see how basic the seats are, plus how they made Recaro made their seats so light and so compatible for the airline. There's the bare minimum. The seat cushion in the seat, which is what I saw from the Recaro homepage, which is so it's exactly the model. Next is the seat. So the seat has a bit of dirtiness. As you can see, is some wear and tear on the seats, also in the window. But the great thing is that there are no scratches, and we are right next to Singapore Airlines, which is just taxiing the Boeing 787 Dreamliner. The next row is in Air Canada. Our seat pocket is half decent, which also our seat pocket is half decent, which also pulls out a little bit. And that's all for the seat review right now. Also, I think this plane is very new since the this window is also very smooth and there's no scratches. The seat is also quite new, except there is literally almost no padding. And let's just hope we get off the ground soon. Sorry, my mishap. So it turned out that the seat does actually recline, but it's since the seat is just so new that it's just so tight and that that thing's not going to move. And so when you push it with two thumbs and you put all your might into that button and little bit lean onto the seat, it does recline, which is great. That is a Korean Air Boeing 787. It's almost a Dreamliner. Oh my god. I never knew that we would be able to see a Korean Air Boeing 787 Dreamliner take off. Oh my god. That A320 is waiting for its clearance to take off. The Jeju Air landed a few times ago and it needs to taxi to out of the runway. Looks like we can right. That plane has gotten its clearance to take off. And now waiting for the Korean Air Boeing 787 takeoff, and then we're going to take off as well. It began moving, so I guess the Korean Air Boeing 787 is taxiing into the runway. I can't see from my window. Qantas Boeing. The Qantas just landed. That was a hard landing. You can see the smoke. And there's the Korean Air Boeing 787 lining up for takeoff. Let's hope they take off shortly, so we will be able to take off as well. Yeah, they're taking off right now. You can hear the engine thumping. And our plane is shaking a little bit. The Boeing 787.
Cabin crew, please be seated for takeoff.
We are going to take off. The cabin crew is seated now for takeoff, which means officially we are going to take off right now. They got the clearance to taxi to the runway strip. going to take off from runway 34 right. You can see the markings under runway. Oh, there is an Emirates A380. We are taking off. Yay! Emirates A380 just passed. Taking off. Wheel off the ground. Landing gear return. Landing gear is retracting right now. Landing gear doors are now closed. Look at the view. So right off the bat, this space is a bit small since this is the front of the plane, which is the usual case because the front lavatory is very small. The water, I think, is coming out. Let's see.
Now, water is coming out, and you can turn it for cold or warm water. And there is the amenities rack. There's no amenity though. There is this tissue paper, and there is also a coat hanger. There is this flush with that, and there's a calendar. There's also the cleaner in here, and we have the tissues, the most important thing. We have an outlet, and we also have a call button for help if the flight attendants are needed. Let's go out there. So right off the bat, this space is a bit small since this is the front of the plane, which is the usual case because the front lavatory is very small. The water, I think, is coming out. Let's see. Now, water is coming out, and you can turn it for cold or warm water. And there is the amenities rack. There's no amenity though. There is this tissue paper, and there is also a coat hanger. There is this flush with that, and there's a calendar. There's also the cleaner in here, and we have the tissues, the most important thing. We have an outlet, and we also have a call button for help if the flight attendants are needed. Let's go out there. Now we are in the back bathroom. I actually feel kind of claustrophobic in these because this feels exactly the same as the front bathroom. The last thing we need to check out is the seat, and I'll do the last overall review of the seats. These seats are not the comfiest, but they're definitely not the cheap uh, budget airline seats. However, I feel these are very similar to these budget airline seats. I'll give the seats 3.7 out of 10. Uh, oh, no, 3.9 out of 5. Uh, let's just give it a 4 out of 5, but I'm not comfortable with giving a 4 out of 5 rating for this thing. The seat headrest is padded, though if you're a bit taller, you might want to have a bit more padding on the head. Next is the back. The back is the most uncomfortable. Of course, for all airlines, the back is the thinnest, since that is the real factor, that how much seats you can put in with the seat pitch. So the back is not that thick. It's only 3 centimeters for the padding, and the thinnest part in the bottom is 2 centimeters. The seat cushion in the thick is about 4 to 5 centimeters, and the butt cushion could be a bit softer, although there's plenty of padding. The back needs to be a centimeter thicker in my perspective. The back is still comfortable though, since they use the very a bit more, since it's a bit more pushed in, and so it is actually a bit more comfier. And the headrest is just flush, although it would be nice to have a bit of a bulk headrest. This is a middle haul flight, so it really is not really that much needed. However, I would like this since these look like Spirit seats, although they are not Spirit seats. So actually, these are Spirit seats for. I just remembered the Spirit Airlines uses the exact same thing, and they're also black. So yeah, that is my recommendations for these seats. If you have long legs or over 178 centimeters, then I highly recommend you pay for the extra leg room, since these seats are very cramped, and in a 23-inch regular seat pitch, I would like it to have more leg room in the future. That's all my total thoughts of the seats. For the bathroom, I think it's pretty clean, pretty cleanliness, pretty good. And for the delay, it was for the weather, so I'm not really going to put that in, although I have to give it a bit of downgrade, since it was more than 2 hours of delay, which is, if more than 2 hours, so it's about under 3 hours, and if it's over 3 hours, then it would be cost major, and we could actually give for a full refund. So yeah, in an international flight, so I am a bit annoyed by that part, but since weather you cannot change, we need to think about it. So the first leg of this Hong Kong Air flight is going to get, brace yourself, 8 out of 10. If it was a 5 rating, then I would give it a 4-star rating. Although if I could put it 0.5, then I will give it 3.5 because of the seats and the delays of it. The food was actually quite good, except that it was a bit salty and plus sweet. Customer service was also very nice, although they should have put the homepage of the changes of the regulations. I was really annoyed by that. They need to change that. So yeah, except for that, Hong Kong Airlines is good to go. And the next leg of the flight will be probably could be different. So let's hope for the best for the next Hong Kong Airlines flight as well. For the returning leg of the 2 flights, we are going to fly VIETJET, and also we are actually going to go in a lounge when it's there. So
let's check that out once we're in the return flight. That was all for this Hong Kong Air flight. We're just going to go for the landing and then the gate montage, and that's all. Thanks. Bye for now.
Firm landing. Not smooth, but not hard. Great. It's a firm landing. I say this is not a hard landing, but just a firm landing. Since there's nothing hard. Great. I give this landing 4.5 out of 5. This was actually better than Super Pacific, better than airlines, and better than any other one I've ever had. This is the actually one thing was super as well. This is actually really good, but it's not butter. It's not hot. I'm pretty sure this is 90% of butter. Yeah, that's all for the taxi. Now let's go to the taxi. 진짜 좋아.
왜냐면 우리가 홍콩 일정이 있었는데 촉박하게
뭐 촉박하게 하는 것도 뭐 제한인가 딱히 안 했어요. 촉박하게 하지 하고 하지 마. 그런 사람들 진짜 그런 사람들. 이런 거 한 번씩은 나는 거예요.
내 생각에
가운데
지금 이렇게 좋은 팀이 지금
Now it's time for the second leg of Hong Kong Airlines. Let's find a way. We are boarding the Hong Kong Airlines A330. Let's see how it goes. The seats are in a 242 configuration. It's highly likely that we will be in the middle. Our row is 33E. Our seat is in economy. Let's go check out the seats of the A330. Sorry. It's this aisle. Thank you. Okay, so these seats are way nicer. They also have in-flight entertainment. We're going to review it, definitely. I'm going to enjoy this flight. Also, these are in the older regulation and not the newer one. 43ED. So let's see. A, B, C, D, E. I guess this is my seat.
looks like this seat is very luxurious. There, as you can see, there is an adjustable headrest that doesn't go up and down. However, it can be adjusted sideways like this. And it also has a headrest branded, and the seat is way comfier than I thought. There is the bulkhead headrest, and the in front of the seat is even more complicated. Let's see it. This is the seat, so this is the in-flight entertainment. This is the remote, kind of crabby, and then here's the cup holder, and this is the double folded tray table, and this is the seat pocket. There is also a coat hanger in here, which I'm not going to be using, and there's also this Wi-Fi service, which I'll be just testing right now.
安全说明卡，如需协助，请联络乘务员。本航机即将起飞。
Turns out the in-flight entertainment is a gimmick and it doesn't work. Just shows this stupid home sign says welcome aboard Hong Kong Airlines. We wish you a pleasant journey. And so you need to contact it by scanning the QR code, which you can do. But it's kind of stupid. But I mean, it's better than that since you can touch it. But if you're using a mobile phone, then good luck. So in-flight entertainment, well, it's just a screen. Okay, so definitely this platform is right next to the DF20. There is a gigantic rack and there is a very untidy, let's just say, very untidy compartment, and then there's a diaper changing table, this handrail which comes in handy because I've used this in turbulence, and this is all done. Okay, so let's see how much legroom we've got. Or this better talkings, seat pitch. So last time it was 22 inches. Now let's see how much it is. The seat pitch is 26 inches on this flight. So it is 4 inches big longer, and I can actually feel it. It's way less plastic fabric, and it is a bit tight though. Oh, and this in-flight entertainment is a dummy and doesn't work. And that's a bit of a bummer because it would be great if it would, and it wouldn't have to go into that homepage thingy. Oh, also, this A330 cabin is freezing, so if you are going to sleep, well, then please ask your flight attendant a blanket. I highly recommend getting it. Okay, so definitely this platform is right next to the DF20. There is a gigantic rack and there is a very untidy, let's just say, very untidy compartment, and then there's a diaper changing table, this handrail which comes in handy because I've used this in turbulence, and this is all done. Now that Hong Kong airline flight is done, we are going to start on the next VIETJET air flight. So that Hong Kong air flight, the A330 one, was very good. I'll give it 4 stars. And the A320, I'll give 3.5. So let's compare that to how much better or worse VIETJET is. So the next one we need to check out is the plane type. So depending on the plane, they have different seat structures, different seats, or sometimes even completely different layouts. So we need to see that. But looking on there, they have the exact same setup as the Hong Kong Airlines. So I think there will be no problem on that one. So I'm hoping we could get a A320 and a A320 and A330 flight, but yeah, so let's hope it. And for now, we need to go for the check-in. So we didn't do the online check-in, so we need to wait a line. So people
don't make that mistake and check in on online. That will save you a ton of time. Right now we have a packed row of online, non-online check-in, and very, very short and no people inside online check-in row. So yeah, and let's see you when we are at the very front of the line. This this is VIETJET's bag testing unit, they call it, and they say one piece, totally 7 kilograms. So let's see if that's right. So this, I'm thinking this is a personal item. Oh, this is a cabin baggage. But let's see if it's fit or doesn't. My bag will definitely fit, but I think my carry-on wouldn't fit. There is no carry-on item, even if this is very small, that fits in this white space. Anyway, my backpack fits like this in here, so you can see how small it is. And yeah, that's not big, definitely. Let's see how much my bag weighs. That's 1.5 kilos. Great. They wouldn't pick me up at the gate saying that I need to pay. So far, chicken experience is quite good. I mean, what could go wrong? So, yeah, a lot of things could go wrong. So far, so good.
3 passenger. Yes, right. Yes. Can I put it here all? No.
하나 크대.
아니 저
20kg다. 두 개면 17kg인데 각까지 너무. 그렇죠.
그 유튜브 실험 봤어요? 친절하게 하면 땡큐.
아빠 친절하네.
응, 그래.
당연하지.
그게 좋아요. 일머리예요, 카메라. 원래 보통 여기다 걸어서 내가 옆에로 해줬거든. 근데 얘는 여기다가.
여기다 해주시면. 여기가 윗부분에 걸린 사람들 계속 많던데.
보통은 옆에다가 해요.
그래요? 근데 저희는 윗부분에 걸었어요. 셀프 스틱.
스타일이 뭐야? 성우차마다 틀리니까 여기. Yes.
오 마이 갓. 걸렸다 저.
There's no delay yet, right?
Great.
It's full booked all seats.
Almost. Our best rate is 202.
Oh, good.
Of all seats?
Sorry?
Of how much seats?
Available?
Yes.
28 seats.
Okay.
90%.
Yeah. So they have about 250 seats? Yeah, so they have about 250 seats in the plane.
So you have carry-on bag?
Oh, yes, we have.
Yes.
Make sure not liquid and also a gel more than 100 inside.
Yes, we have below 100 milliliter.
Yeah, that's fine. But it's more than 100, you need to put it inside.
Oh, yeah, yes.
예. 근데 이거 캐리어는 아니고 퍼스널 아이템 아니에요?
I just give for the people.
That was good.
Thank you for waiting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You need to check in again in bed. No need.
Your luggage and your luggage and boarding pass is direct from here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have three luggage going to South Korea and boarding pass from Hanoi to South Korea.
Yes.
Thank you.
And it takes from here to Hanoi.
Take.
From the number 1A, stick number, boarding time, flight number, plus 15 minutes to boarding pass.
Thank you. Thank you. That was the most greatest chicken experience ever. And also the group weren't that strict about our bags, which is great. However, we actually paid for the check bag. So if you are in carry-on, maybe wish some luck. Yeah. And that's for now. Yeah, this is definitely why online check-in is important. We waited about 30 minutes at the gate, and now there's no time for us to eat. So now we need to find a gate without eating anything, and I'm starving. Great. Now, always online booking. Always do online booking. This is a lesson. Now we have to just sprint through the airport and find the gate. Hopefully we have a bit of spare time to eat. Okay, so let's see where our flight is. I think we found it. Let's go now. Where's our gate? Oh, it's 1A. 1A is our gate, so this is our gate, definitely. Great. I never knew our gate was so close. This is the first gate of the terminal.
아직 없네. 이제 밥 먹어도
And they didn't even open the gate. Great, so we have time to eat. This is actually good. Okay, since VIETJET gate isn't open, we just have a few things to check out right now. So first we need to check out is our seat in our plane. So the first leg of this flight we're not in an actual window seat, but you can always change. So I am going to be in a window seat, and the second flight we are actually in a window seat. My seat is in A, so we are at the left side when you are in the back. So yeah, and that's going to be great. So both seats are going to be in a window seat, so I can actually do a montage. But it also means that I have to do more work. Great. And you can see I'm sitting in a priority seat. Before I get an angry comment, I'm technically priority. So yeah, that's all. And right now, let's board after we ate. Yep, let's go. Now our gate is boarding. We are now going to board. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully we won't get stopped at the gate saying our bag is oversized and that we need to pay for it. Anyway, hopefully, yeah. And our seat is a bit in the middle of the plane, so that's actually quite decent. And I hope that my seat is in the sweet spot and not in over the wing. But I can actually see that on the layout of it with my app, but I'm not going to see. I'm just going to rely on my luck. And let's just hope that my seat has an arrow in it in the wall, which actually means for your tip which gives you the best camera spot for your shots. But the real purpose of that arrow is for giving the flight attendants in an emergency how the wing or any of the parts are malfunctioning, how is the wing going, like that. So, but in normal conditions, it just gives you the best camera spots. And I bet ours isn't in the emergency row, but I hope it is. And that's all for that. Hello. Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day. Oh, great. So that side has an escalator.
Ours are stairs. I guess this is the thing you get when you're at the almost at the back of the plane. Now let's go to the boarding bridge. So there is no uh, communication on whatever is inside the boarding bridge. Great. And there's an Air Asia and an Air New Zealand plane, and that's an A320. One. And not a Neo because the engine is small. Now let's get this thing inside my passport, and that will be done. And we absolutely need this boarding bridge getting moving. Let's get in the plane. 아빠 여권 주세요. 알아요. Oh, the floor is actually made of wood. Hello.
No recording.
Oh, sorry. This is my seat. Very cramped. This is even more cramped than Hong Kong Air. It's so small I can barely crawl in. As you can see, the seat is actually grooved in so you can have more leg room. Well, this feels really leg roomy. The seat in front of me is very claustrophobic, very close. This is the view you will see. Okay, so let me give you a brief of this seat. This seat is grooved inside. Although this may seem spacious, the seat is actually very One thing that I don't get about this is this handwheel. So you know when you want to flush out a straw out of it, you put this up. But this doesn't actually go flush with the seats. So when you do this, they made it get flush with the top of the handrail with the back of the seat. So this is now going to carve into you, and because of this, so your body made so body eco-friendly, so body-friendly bump drop here. You're going to get a bump every time. I think it would be just better to put this in the down point if you just didn't get the whole word yourself. Yeah. And the next thing I want to talk about is this plane is very old. I think it's about 5 years old, or just the people who are using it is very, 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 very using it, using it very hardly. Because this safety pamphlet said it was printed in 2023 and it's battered. I hope this thing is made in 2023, because from the looks of it, this looks like it's more than like 5 years. My best guess is about 7 years. Yeah. And we're still yet to push back. Ignore this. This is the Indonesia plane coming in, and it's not the plane going back. Let's see how the life vest is under my seat. Okay, looks like it's great under my seat. And just as I said we aren't pushing back, a minute later we began to pushing back. Let's start the pushing back montage. 아까 배터리 많이 없다고 하지 않았어요? 혹시 만약 저 보고 싶으시면 저 비디오 안 찍을 때 저 지금 배터리 좀 많거든요? 새 거니까 결국 배터리도 막 많이 안 떨어져서 오래 갈 거예요. 이거 보고 싶으면 지금 저희가 다 올라가고 나서 크루징 할 때는 의자하고 트위터도 보고 화장실 한번 가고 나서 잘 게 없거든요? 그때 가세요. 제가 보세요. 그래갖고 좀 참았다가 라운지 못 들어갈 수가 있으니까. 아니, 라운지 다 들어가 있으니까 빨리. 아, QR코드 캡처 해놨어? 아, 그럼 될까? We are officially almost aligned for the runway. Our traffic control must be busy as soon as the plane gets out of the runway. We are actually in the exact same time going out. Now all left is for takeoff. Turn your volume up the most. The inside of the VIETJET back lavatory, second lavatory with the most configuration you can go with the two lavatories
lavatories at the back. As you can see, this is the most edge of the plane, so it's actually way smaller. But as you can see, it has all of the amenities. One thing is to mention that there is a diaper changing table, but it's very small. And there is this very dirty trash bag. There is a mirror, which is also very small, and this lock bar, and another very small mirror. This one is also small. And that's all for right now. One thing is that for whatever reason they have a compartment for this compartment for reading books, and also for smoking. I thought smoking was prohibited. Why do they have it? Anyway, let's get out. Okay, so now it's about more than, I think, about 2 hours since we've departed. And let's just give a review about these seats. These seats are in a very weird slanted angle since they are grooved, as I told you. And this achieves a very, very good back height once you've sat on them for a few hours. And this looks okay when you're boarding, but this is actually really weird. This makes, you know, the way you sit like this and your back hurts. This is the exact same feeling when you're sitting in this seat. The back is also not the padded from what it looks like, because let's just flip the camera view, because the back looks like this. So when it actually intercepts with it, the seat padding goes from this to this, so it gets thinner on this side. That's also very uncomfortable. And the next thing is that even the thicker side is actually pushed inside, as you can see right here. This is also grooved, so both sides are very uncomfortable. And the back, as we're doing now, is not padded at all. Look at this, it's not padded at all. Headrest is barely better, but this isn't really important. This is the back is just so uncomfortable. The butt cushion is also kind of thin, and when I say thin, I mean very thin. Look at the thickness of these seats. It's about a few centimeters, just a 3 centimeters, almost as thin as the back. So while this may be a very good opportunity, since this saves way for the airline, the seat is actually looks very thick, it's very thin, and it looks, from what I see, it's very light and also very comfortable. So yeah, seat is 2 stars. Oh my gosh, my back's so hurting. And the seat
So after the flight, these are my thoughts on VietJet and Hong Kong Airlines. And I'll also give you a tip if you are a plane geek. And that will be going in the very end of the video, so make sure you stick to the end. Thank you for going this far. This video has been way too long, and I know that, but I'll try to make it shorter later in my next video. And this is my first plane video. I actually try to film this kind of videos. I think now like two, like if I include this time, I filmed this 3 times to get one video that is an hour long. Well, I'm not sure if that was all such a pain, but I think it was worth it now. And so please, if there's something weird or and if you are a bit annoyed with my content because I did some mistakes on my audio, well then please, I hope you can understand me. And so let's get into it. So Hong Kong Airlines and VietJet definitely has some differences, since they are Hong Kong Airlines is kind of the Asiana Airlines in Korea, and VietJet is like the, how should I say, maybe let's put it just like Jeju Air, of some weird budget airline in Korea. And I know that is very different. They're also from very different countries, so they have some different meanings and all, but I still just wanted to compare them. And so even though this rating is a rating, I wish that this shouldn't be used to compare, like VietJet is the worst of worst and Hong Kong Airlines is actually quite okay, since that was not the case with one of them is a budget airline and the other is quite a premium airline, major airline. So let's get into it. So Hong Kong Airlines, the first leg flight of the A320, was actually quite good, except for the seat is always a bit thin, but that's in these days, that's the standard of these days, the slimline seats. But they were way better than Cebu Pacific if you've actually rode them once. The one I was a bit surprised when was the seat pitch. They actually had a very tight seat pitch, from exception that they weren't a budget airline. So I'm going to give that a 3.5. But since that is a short haul, that's normal and pretty normal. And the baggage allowance for this one is 4.7, since they didn't really check it. I heard in social media that people say they all have a strict policy in bag allowance, but in my cases on these both two airlines, they said the exact same thing, but no problems occurred with me. So I'm going to put that to almost at 5 stars. And you'll see some of the non-regular ratings, like just like 5 but 7 and 8, like that. But please understand that's because I wanted to give it a bit more specifically, and the plane landing was 3.5. That was quite actually good, but there could be like a butter landing, so I'm rating that a bit low. Don't trust me, it's not like the Ryanair landing. So yeah, plane state 1. So I mean here that how much it was old. So if the number is big, then it means the plane is old. So this is actually, so the plane state would be better if this one is actually less. So the plane state was very new, the seat were refurbished, very good. I give that really good. Plane state was very good. I think it was a new plane, or it has been refurbished quite recently. The A330 was a different story though. The seat, it was definitely good, and one thing is that both of these seats recline, and the seats, but you won't need them. I mean that the seat isn't that comfortable, but I mean that you wouldn't be able to recline. Why? Even though you have a recline button, and if you push it, the seat does recline, but since the seat is just so tight, the person in the back doesn't have enough room enough the legs to put your seat back, because that would mean the seat would be a bit closer. And I actually had that, and I thought, why is this thing isn't reclining? And then I saw that there was a line that made the seat go back. So why isn't this working? Then I saw through the armrest, and that the person behind me was like pushing his legs. So I got it. So that is a bit too tight. You cannot really recline the seat, but while I was deboarding, I tried to recline my seat at the very back, and it did work. And it wasn't that a decent amount, but it would be a bit comfortable if it would be reclined for throughout the flight. And A330 is a total different story. That the seat is very comfy. It also has a bulkhead rest. You can adjust it up and down. You can also fold the edges, so it's more like a bit more headrest, make a comfortable headrest. The back and the butt pad was very, very good, and I liked the seat. Actually, I think this is the first time I rode a major airline, just not a budget airline or something like that. So that was a very good chance for me. And one of the things about the seat is that the seat needs to be refurbished. So even though I told you that I wanted the seat with the in-flight entertainment, there's a slight issue that I didn't tell you, because the in-flight entertainment is a gimmick and doesn't work. I think I told you this about 5 times by now, but yeah, it doesn't work. And you need to scan a QR code, and that's annoying. I don't really like the fact that even though the screen you normally have your phone is 100 times better than the crappy things you get on your seat back, but I still would like it that to work. The customer service was free since it was actually quite decent. Baggage allowance was the exact same since it was the exact same airline. Plane landing was 4. It was a very smooth landing considering it's quite a big plane, which makes sense. And plane stayed, that one needs to refurbish. As I told you, the remote didn't work whatsoever. Just displayed a stupid message: "Welcome aboard Hong Kong Airlines. Wish you a pleasant flight." So yeah. In-flight entertainment, that's why I give it a 2.5. Maybe I should give it a 1.5, but anyways, if it's the thing that did work, it did work in my pad. I just had to give it, otherwise that would be a bit weird. The VIETJET flight was definitely a bit weirder, I guess. So the VIETJET flight is the A320s on the both flights, which is a bit questioning, but anyways. The seat is 1.5. Definitely, I had a backache. That was the worst experience I ever had with my seat so far in budget airlines. I guess why the people say the back got destroyed, and I totally agree with them. But the thing that is really weird is about there are rumors that VietJet seats don't recline, but that's not true. They actually recline a decent bit, and they actually, I think, recline more than the Hong Kong Airlines flight, but I never know since I didn't measure it. But it did recline quite a lot when I actually reclined it while deboarding, because we usually deplane last. And I'll tell you the reason at the very back. And since there is no person to block you with the reclining, since their legs wouldn't block it, you can recline it full back. And when I did it, it did go quite far. So that's totally not true, everyone. And be minded that the seats do recline. So yeah, although you might have some problems with your back mates, yeah. And the baggage allowance was 2.7. Actually, they didn't really have any problems with it, or they didn't really scale it or anything in the gate like the other people said. But the baggage allowance was worse because we had to buy some things to get in the VietJet. So since it's a budget airline, I will give it that. And plane landing was actually quite good. It was firm, not smooth, but definitely a good landing, and I think they were skilled. A firm landing is the best landing to achieve, even though it's not that greatest landing, but it was still quite smooth, so I guess I'll give it. Plane state is definitely very old. I think they need to buy some new planes. This very old. And A320 has the exact same thing on the return flight, and actually this return flight had some shattered door pieces, so that's definitely 4. Plane state is very old, and plane landing was 2.7. That was actually very hard. The landing was pretty hard. It was kind of like a Ryanair landing, only a bit smoother than a Ryanair landing. When one wheel lands first and in the back landing gear, and the back landing gear needs to go down, but then the nose wheel already had gone down, and it's to jump on 2 sides and wham again in your side, and if that side is your landing gear, then you have to gonna get a bump on your seat. Exactly what I encountered. That's why that was hard, and I didn't expect it. So
I was like, whoa, and like that was a problem. So that's for all of the airlines, and with a reminder that we compared the budget airline, I'll give this like that. And for tips of there, let's go. If you're an aft geek, then you should wait for all of the passengers to be bored. Tip A330. Well, if you want to go to the A330, then expect waiting about 15 to 20 minutes. And if you're in a smaller plane like the A320 or A220 or the ATR series, you may not know the ATR series, but anyways, you don't need to wait a lot for that. Just need a little bit of patience, and especially like VIETJET, if the airline opens 2 doors, then the deboarding would be pretty fast and there will be not major issues. The other thing is, lastly, one thing that I want to tell you is that, and if you're an aft geek and if you want to, or just curious what is like in the cockpit, just tell the purser or any cabin crew around you, say, can I take a picture in the cockpit, or can I visit the cockpit? Can I take a visit in the cockpit? Can I go in the cockpit? And they will tell you. If he or she is the purser, then say to go to the very front, and he or she would knock the door and ask if it is available. Bear in mind that the pilots can reject the request, although that's probably not going to happen except if the flight attendant rejects, which happened on my Hong Kong Airlines A330 flight. So that was kind of bad, but the VIETJET 2 flights they both accepted it. The Hong Kong Airlines A320 flight, I wasn't prepared to ask. I was just a bit scared, but the both flights did work. And on my last flight of VIETJET, I was able to go in the cockpit and look around. They didn't even tell me not to touch. They just went out and, hey, if you want to stay there, just so you can look around or something. And they were just so nice. They also told me he would get out so I can get a little bit more wiggle room, because the cockpit is not that big. And for that, I am going to end this video with Hong Kong Airlines 3.5 stars and VIETJET is 1.5 star. Thank you for watching this very long video. Please click the like, subscribe. Please like and subscribe. I had a lot of people going on my channel. Thanks and bye.